You guys ready for more show?
Yeah.
Next comic coming to the stage, very first time on this stage right here. And what's up, Tiger Lily? Super funny man. Good, close, personal friend of mine and the band, and will soon be a very good, close, personal friend of yours. Please put your hands together to the very funny Derek Jones.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you for having me here at Tiger Lily. Thanks for coming out in the heat, supporting live comedy. Appreciate it. I was watching PBS this morning. You know, somebody should have really told Mr. Rogers we don't refer to construction paper as colored anymore. It's a dead term. This is in 1961, old man. It's jokes like that keep me single, guys. Been trying some online dating, though. Tried eHarmony.com, that didn't work. Didn't meet one girl, though. Unfortunately, the only dimension of compatibility we had, we both agreed that she could do better. So, it was a bummer. If you guys are dating, I do have a bit of advice for you. Never make love to a polytheist. They call out way too many names in the sack. Oh, my sun god! Oh, my river deity! Apollo! Thank you. That was called an act out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. For those of you in the know. I want to get real for a second. When I was growing up, my family had HBO in the house. We had HBO the entire time I was a kid. And movies on HBO always start the same way. They have for 30 years. Sounds like a bad Dave Matthews song. And when those movies start on HBO, they still start the same way. They have those warnings that come up before the movie starts. You know, so like AC means adult content. AL means adult language. It didn't matter what it was. White Men Can't Jump, Just One of the Guys, Maniac Cop 2. If I saw a BN for brief nudity, so help me God, I was in it for the long haul. I would watch that piece of shit movie from start to finish, waiting for a 3-second flash of boob. Am I the only one, really? I'm the only pathetic one? No one else was 11? And like brief nudity is like all well and good, but you know, pretty soon you just find yourself jerking off trying to time an orgasm to the shot of that German girl on European vacation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and let me just say, the previous channel button on the remote control, invented solely for masturbation purposes. Guy at Zenith who invented that must have been a chronic masturbator. Here's somebody coming down the hall, boom! Hit that previous channel button, back to G.I. Joe, nobody's the wiser. You guys know the trick with the previous channel button? I bet the guys do. Once you hit the previous channel button, you gotta go up a channel, that way you cover your tracks digitally. Explain to your pants at your ankles, it's a different story. Now your parents just think you jerk off to G.I. Joe. Mom and Dad say, you know what, I think today's the day we finally put Derek on medication. This is it. I think my parents medicated me when I was a kid, I gotta say. When I was a kid, my parents used to feed me Flintstones vitamins. Remember those things? We are Flintstones kids, 10 million strong and growing. Yeah, somebody got it. And I was thinking about the Flintstones vitamins. It's like, you know, the Flintstones are the only cartoon characters in the entire world hawking vitamins to little kids. You ever think about that? It's like, if you really think about it, is Fred Flintstone really the kind of character you want giving your child their daily dose of essential vitamins and minerals? Fred's always scheming, trying to get rich quick. Barney, I've got an idea. Whatever you say, Fred. It's like Fred Flintstone could literally ask Barney to do anything and do it. Barney, I killed a hooker in Rock Vegas. You can help me bury the body. Now grab the shovel. It's made out of a pterodactyl. Whatever you say, Fred. Fred's always lying to his wife. Sneaking out of the house when his mother-in-law comes to visit so we go bowling with the guys. It's like, do you really want to get your child's nutritional guidance from a man who orders a side of ribs twice the size of his own car? It's just common sense, people. It's like, oh, honey, where'd you get the children's vitamins from? Oh, I got it from that fat guy that works down at the rock quarry on the back of a brontosaurus. Yeah, really? Hey, take a look at the kids, right? Pebbles and Bam Bam. Bam Bam. kid knows 2 words. Bam, bam. That's just the same word twice. Kid's retarded. How'd he get that way? Probably eating the Flintstones vitamins. That's my guess. But what's one man's opinion? 10 million strong and growing. What are we, selling vitamins or invading Poland? Oh, but seriously, guys. Ha-cha-cha. Guys, I think we're on a performer audience level, at least, and it's very basic. I want to get real with you guys if I can for a second. I want to tell you a true story, a very sad story. About 4 years, my parents got divorced after 26 years of marriage. And everybody in the family took it pretty bad. But I think the person that it probably affected the most was my father, you know, my old man. And when my parents got divorced, he kind of wanted to come out to California and stay with me, his firstborn son, for a little while, you know, kind of get his head straight. And, you know, I really wanted to make my father feel better. And I decided to take him out for a couple drinks. And my father never drank when I was growing up, but I figured, hey, you know, if there was ever a night that Mickey Jones deserved to cut loose, you know, tonight was going to be the night. So I used to think that the most awkward moment a father and son could share is the sex talk. Yeah, try watching your dad drunk dial your mom. All of a sudden I'm talking to my dad like he's my college buddy. I'm like, yo, forget about her, man. She's bad for you. Forget about Mom. She's a hoe. That mom of mine. It's weird because it's like, for the first time in my life, my 58-year-old father and I are single at the same time, and I'm pretty sure he's getting laid more than I am, so really good for the old self-esteem. It's funny though, like I tell that joke, and I told it for a really long time, and I didn't want to tell it in front of my parents, and then online they both saw it, and you know, I said, well, you know, my dad called me up and he was like, you know, when your mother hears that, she's going to be very angry, but I thought it was funny. My mother called me up and she goes, you know, when your father hears that, he's probably going to be pissed off, but it was really funny. It's like, yeah, it's a wonder it didn't work out. All right, guys, before I get out of here, I got one last thing I want to talk about. Does anybody have the Nintendo Wii? You guys got the Wii? I love that thing, man. I love the Wii, and the thing I love about it is that they got these things called Miis, or avatars, which, you know, are supposed to be like a digital representation of yourself. So my me looks exactly like me. And it's got a beard, glasses, pear-shaped body that repels women. You know, pretty standard. And the thing that's cool about the Mii is that you can use it to play all your different games, like Wii Tennis and Wii Golf and Wii Bowling. And, you know, for whatever reason, I cannot meet a girl in real life. I can't forge a real relationship with a woman. But I started to think, hey, maybe there's still some hope for my me. So I got a great idea for a video game I'm going to pitch to the people over at Nintendo. It's called Wii-lationship. And here's how it works. Hopefully you guys can follow along. You go out and get yourself a Wii Fit. That's where you start trying to pick up girls at yoga class. Then you ask going out on a date to the Weezer concert. That's where you find out she's cool with you smoking weed. You go out a few more times, start talking about your Wii motions. She really likes you. You really like her. You want to show her you respect her, so you don't make a move that night. You just go home and Wii leave yourself for extra points in the bonus round. As your relationship begins to grow, maybe you show her your wiener, and if you play your cards right, even get a little Wii-latio. Starts off, she's always staying at your place on the weekends, but pretty soon it's every night. Eventually, your Friday nights start to consist of the two of you on the couch, arguing over the Wiimote, watching some shitty reality show neither of you care about. Silently, you both realize it's no longer working Wii-emotionally, but the sex is still really good, so you both stay. You even try going on a couple's Wii treat, but at this point, you both know things have gotten weird. She accuses you of wanting to see other women. You tell her she's being ridiculous, and that's when she reminds you it's been weeks since you've been able to hit her Wii spot. That's when you start yelling some regrettable insults at each other. She says you're disrespectful and unreliable. You say she expects it to be some type of fucking mind reader. You think her requests are unreasonable. She thinks your requests are unreasonable. In fact, the whole reason you got into this goddamn relationship in the first place is pretty much dead. Game over. And at this point, it's already too late to get a refund on an expensive engagement ring. I got an idea for the sequel. It's called Wii-lationship. No, it was called Wii-lationship. It's called Wii-straining order. Thank Thank you. I am Derek Jones. Thank you.